towards the south. So is that part of the planning also as far as how you will be interacting with the river?
Well, absolutely. First of all, it's very exciting to see everything that is being planned for that Trinity River corridor. Overall, you see a planned for or verbiage around this being a 600-acre green space, urban green space, which is just unheard of in the United States. And then with the Trinity River Conservancy's plans of kind of revitalizing the corridor, that makes that entire area much more exciting, much more accessible, much more user-friendly. We do want to become an access point, kind of a gateway to the Trinity, providing people access to the Trinity through our site and vice versa. As people enjoy the Trinity and make their way up towards our site, they can access the Cedars and other parts of the city. So it's really all about connectivity. And I think that's something that we've aligned with the city of Dallas on is how do we create greater connectivity.
Well, this is Deconstructing Dallas. Sean Williams, Ryan Trimble. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the experience on the wheel itself. We'll talk a little bit more about the experience that you all are going to be creating around the wheel. So stick with us. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Texas A&M has a new on-campus, full-service, world-class hotel and conference center, the Doug Picktock 49 Texas A&M Hotel and Conference Center, and guest room options are still available. Your tax-deductible donation to the hotel comes with a guest room option that gives donors exclusive, reduced room rates for all home game weekends, a dedicated concierge to help with reservations and trip planning, and access to valet parking. Lock in your donation and room today by calling 979-429-2153 or go to TAMUHCC.com.
We are back deconstructing Dallas. Sean Williams, Ryan Trimble. We are with David Taggart. He is project manager and director of the Odyssey Observation Wheel, headed to the Cedars West neighborhood of Dallas. 2022, right?
2022.
So talk about the experience on the capsule. I know it's been described as a multimedia, multisensory journey, but what does that mean for someone who's going to be getting on to ride the Odyssey?
Well, words are hard to create images with, but most observation wheels, you get in the capsule and you're just looking at the views. Mm-hmm. You're looking at what's outside the capsule. Right. In our case, we've got great views. We've got the CBD. We've got the business district. We've got the southerly views. But we're going to layer into the experience some media, some content, and try to tell a story in that half an hour voyage that the people are going to be on. Whether it be a story about the origins of Dallas, we may talk some about Texas. It could be as the capsules come back down towards Earth, we can talk about the Trinity Corridor and urban green spaces and conservation. But there will be a very unique and kind of dynamic story that's told in the capsules using imagery, video, sound, light, and other material.
And how long is the trip around the wheel?
It's approximately 30 minutes. We expect there
That's
to
a
be
long ride.
Two rotations an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a bit of a long ride, but it'll go by fast.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. And then I guess not only is there the wheel, but then looking at the plans, there's a pre-flight experience, there's a post-flight experience. So you're not just like walking up, taking your 30-minute trip around the wheel and then leaving the property. I mean, you have a site where you have people that can come and stay for a little while. Yeah,
well, we really see the entire area, the 7 acres we're on, as an entertainment campus. You're right. You're going to have a pre-flight area where there'll be some sort of pre-flight activities, including ticketing and queuing and so forth. You're going to have some sort of pre-flight secondary attraction that we'll offer. You'll have the wheel ride itself. You'll have some sort of post-flight experience. And then at some place on the property, we're going to be building out destination restaurants, and other activities.
And I mean, I've advocated for Southern Dallas a long time, and people who, just move here don't always realize that starts right at I-30. So back in the day, they would say nothing can happen south of I-30. And then, you mentioned Matthews Southwest. You had the Sears building being converted to Southside on Lamar. Now you have restaurants, you have Gillies, you have the Nilo. And a lot of this is furthering that vision. But you've got retail, shopping that you all are planning to come to an area that really could use that kind of boost.
Yeah, we're looking at it. We use the word retail loosely. I would say it's mostly going to be restaurant, food and beverage experience. There'll be some retail woven into to the experience. We'll have some sort of off-site meeting center, some sort of pop-up exhibition center. We'll have an entertainment venue, live entertainment venue, and there'll be a lot of other things that we offer there. But I would look at it as kind of an entertainment campus, an entertainment center that will include retail, food, beverage, bars, and everything else you can imagine.
I'm assuming there'll be somewhere where I could buy a Odyssey refrigerator magnet, because that is always important when I go visit a place for the first time.
All the refrigerator magnets you want will be available in our retail.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that.
But having said that, I think you brought up a good point. Our vision for what we do in terms of food and beverage and retail is not to create a Madame Tussauds environment full of tchotchkes. It's really to create a great experience where people can come down, enjoy the wheel, go get a bite to eat, or vice versa. Go get a bite to eat, enjoy our food and beverage, and then if someone decides to, they can ride the wheel. We're going to be in a great location right in front of the water gardens with great views of downtown. It's going to be a very unique location.
I don't know if we specifically said in this podcast, but we're talking about in excess of 500 feet, right? Which would be...
The diameter is 500 feet. Mm-hmm. The wheel actually may be higher than that, depending on how far we lift it off the ground. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're talking about at least 500 feet.
Which, for folks who may need a little bit more reference, isn't that like roughly around the size of Reunion Towers?
Yeah, well, depending on how far we come up off the ground, we'll come up to about as high as Reunion Tower. Mm-hmm. About as high and about as wide. So you can do between Union Tower sideways, will be that wide as well.
And I get excited when I look at the images, and we'll post to our social media sites on the Deconstructing Dallas Twitter feed as well as the Deconstructing Dallas Facebook page. But it's going to really make an addition to a world-renowned skyline already. It's going to make a beautiful addition where folks, especially driving in from the south and from the east, will have magnificent views, and really throughout the city. But I just think about driving back from Waco or Austin or somewhere and just seeing the wheel kind of spinning along with the backdrop of the rest of the skyline.
Yeah, a lot of thought's been given to what does the Dallas skyline look like? How do we integrate well into the Dallas skyline? You've got a lot of beautiful buildings at night. They're wonderfully lit up. We want to be a part of that. We want to accentuate that, not compete with that. So you've got all these great sort of architectural assets in the city of Dallas that we want to be a part of. And then, of course, you've got some great architectural assets along the Trinity itself with the two bridges. So we see ourselves as being very much a part of this environment, not competing with anything. But yeah, that's very much the idea.
So what are the next steps for the Odyssey, and what are the next steps that are necessary to move forward in the process?
Well, we're going through our entitlement phase right now with the city. We're hoping to kind of get through that by mid-September. And then after that, we've got to finalize sort of who's going to design and build the wheel. We've got some great candidates, people who've done this before. Building these wheels are quite complex. There's no sort of blueprint or design out there. Each and every wheel has got its own very unique design based on its own unique set of variables. So we've got to go through that phase. And then we hope by next spring, we're already into the design phase. And then hopefully by next September, October, you're going to see some dirt being pushed around on that site as we prepare the site for the building of the wheel.
Well, you talk about different wheels, and I'm familiar with the Las Vegas wheel, observation wheel. And by the way, I've been lobbying folks here to send me to the London Eye for a tour so I can make sure that we know exactly what we're getting into. I would sell settle for Vegas if they want to send me there.
I'll go talk to Mary about London for you.
Okay. Well, let's talk to Mary about that.
Okay. Or you can do Dubai next year.
So but I was gonna, that brings up the point is that these wheels are around the world, and we are kind of familiar with the ones that are here in the United States, but really these are being popularized throughout the world.
Yeah, you've seen them come up. They started in London, and then the next large observation wheel that went up was in Singapore. You saw a couple of other wheels pop up in Japan and in China, Australia. Then they've recently come to sort of the Western Hemisphere, the U.S. There's one being built in New York. You've got Vegas, you've got Orlando, and next Dallas. What seems to be happening is that cities and developers are looking at these observation wheels instead of the observation towers that were built in the 70s and 80s. It's just a different way of experiencing the city, experiencing content. And so I think that there's a slow migration towards building of these observation wheels.
Well, David, I know I can't wait. Ryan and I will be two of the first ones lined up to buy tickets to get our ride on the Texas Odyssey. So, hopefully a couple of years down the road, we can check back. But as things come up, obviously we can continue the conversation here. But we're really looking forward to having the opportunity to actually ride the Odyssey.
Well, first of all, we are thrilled to be here in Dallas. And I have to say that one of the things that is going to make this project successful is the city of Dallas. This is a dynamic city. It offers much more than we originally thought, and we're just excited to be here in Dallas. And as you began to say a moment ago, sort of about this expansion to the south, the good thing about us, and I grew up here in Dallas, and have come back this last year to work on this project, we really don't know geography. So the good thing about not knowing geography is we built where it made sense, and it happened to be south. So, no, we're very excited, and we're in the right place at the right time.
Well, David, we are very fortunate to have you here and working on this project. Ryan and I will come back for a final segment. Thanks again, David, for your time. This is Deconstructing Dallas. We will be right back. We are back, Deconstructing Dallas. Sean Williams, Ryan Trimble, and a great conversation, fun conversation with David Taggart.
Yeah, that was great, and thank you again, David, for coming by. Look forward to seeing that project high in the sky.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I think, again, in the words of Tevin Campbell, round and round. I mean, I think I'm hoping to be the first person on. I'm down.
Well, we have some other exciting news, Sean, for our listeners. We have a happy hour coming up that we want to invite everybody to.
Yeah, and you talk about the worldwide headquarters at in the opening for each one of our shows, and so I think for anyone who wondered what that is and what our studio looks like, our office is a wonderful place to come to work every day, and I think it definitely is something that folks should come and check out.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Come have a cocktail, lounge in the creative lounge, get your creative juices flowing. It'll be a really fun event. We're going to have some of our sponsors attend. I know some of the folks from Buckbrush are planning to come, and they may perhaps be showcasing their wares, and hey, they may put you into a new toothbrush.
You just reminded me it's time for me to change out my brush head on my Buckbrush.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Well, we are inviting all of the folks who are listening to visit us here at 3838 Oak Lawn Avenue here in Dallas. If you need the zip code, it is 75219. We are in Suite 400. And that is going to be on September 6th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Drop by, say hi to me and Ryan, get you an adult beverage while you're here, do a tour of our studio. And if you are able to make it down, shoot us an email to let us know that you're coming. We'd love for you to RSVP to deconstructingdallas@gmail.com. Let us know who you're bringing with you, and we'll make sure to be ready to greet you when you get here.
That's right. We're going to have former guests, and of course, you are our favorite people, our listeners. Don't know if my mom's coming out yet or not, but hopefully she can make it.
That would be great. I think my mom is going to be on kid duty for me, so that I can make sure to be here on that Thursday. Yeah. She, if she can make it, she will.
That's right.
But it'll be a fun time. Our owners